we need to talk about Bill Kenny, the departure of the legendary Heidi Gardner at the show, who is somebody who I know you are a huge fan of. So let's start to say our farewells to Heidi, who is leaving the show after 8 seasons. How are you feeling today?
Better than I was on Friday. This hurts. This hurts a lot. I've championed her since the beginning. You think you get older, you get bitter. Your cast is when you're in high school and college and all that stuff. So nobody's ever going to be a Phil Hartman or an Adam Sandler or Jan Hooks to me. But Heidi just had it all. Like she was the first person that reminded me of Jan Hooks. Really, that came into the show. The way she was able to morph into whatever she was going to do, whether it was a wife, mother, whether she was going to eat a burger that was the size of her own head, whether she was going to be, the stoic person who wasn't going to break in a sketch until obviously the famous one that we get in Beavis and Butthead. So she could fit into any era of the show. I'm saddened. I mean, she has so many opportunities outside of the show. She's been great on Shrinking on Apple TV, and obviously she could have a movie career. She can do whatever she wants because she's just that talented. But yeah, this one hurts more than most for me.
Law, your thoughts on Heidi leaving the show after 8 years?
Yeah, first of all, shout out to Heidi. When I was working at ESPN and the All Star Game was in LA, she was that was her first year on the show on SNL, and so she actually came. She was at Staples Center, which that arena should always be known as, and we're not going to refer to its current name. And I just saw her, and I was like, Heidi Gardner. She was like, hey. She was like, had all this energy, like that was super cool. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna remember that, and now I'm remembering it today. So she was great on the show for 8 years. I can't believe she's leaving now when Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift are tying a knot and whatnot. Like, I mean,
She has a wedding to plan.
I'm telling you, man, like if Travis and or Taylor Swift ever show up on next season's and during next season, I expect Heidi to be there. I will demand her presence there. But Heidi was great. It does not seem like she was on the show for 8 years. I did not feel overwhelmed by or annoyed by her extended tenure. I thought it was great that she was there. She did so much on Update. Like she had so many different things where she'd roll out, and I just feel like she was such a great fit for so long. So congratulations to her on her career there. Congratulations on the career that she's going to continue to bolster now that she has SNL behind her. And I completely expect her to be a part of whatever season 51 has in some way or another.
I told the story before, but this podcast would not exist without Heidi Gardner or her brother, Justin, who was a huge supporter of me when I first had an SNL stats account and was posting it, and then encouraged me to turn it into a podcast. And he's been an amazing friend. Heidi invited me to the show a couple years ago, and I got to go backstage on the night that she had her 500th sketch, and we got to spend some time together. And she is one of the nicest people to ever be at Saturday Night Live. She's also one of the best actors to ever be at the show. And I totally agree with you, Bill. When I first saw her and I got to know SNL even better, I was like, oh, I see the Nora Dunn, Jan Hooks of her. Like she felt like someone from an era that, we really fell in love with, that it was so great to get someone like her back at the show. And for many years, there would be nights where we would watch the show and the show would be dominated by other people other than Heidi. But then when Heidi would pop up on Weekend Update, you would be like, oh, wow, that is the storyline. Heidi's appearance on Update or her minor role in a sketch or whatever it was. And everyone was just waiting for that moment to her to finally take over the show. And I believe that we got that in season 49, where I would put her on the DVD cover for that season. Like, I think she was incredible all year long, completely dominated, shows that she has the chops to be one of the all-time greats. And for me, she had an incredible career at the show that I think deserves to be celebrated. I'm super disappointed we didn't get a goodbye sketch for Heidi. I don't know. I know we don't need to get them for every cast member, but when you've been on the show so long, you've been through a lot of things at the show. I mean, she was there going back to before the at-home shows. She's the last one to have been there from her rookie cast. She's had so many characters. I do think that there was a place to say goodbye, and I'm disappointed that the show didn't allow that to happen. But ultimately, for me, I think that when that does happen, it is our place as fans of the show to stand up and celebrate someone as great as Heidi Gardner. And I'm looking forward to her getting her flowers one day when she does come back to the show, because clearly she has the chops to have an incredible career outside of SNL. And I'm sure that they're going to bring her back one day down the road. So thanks so much to Heidi. And I'm really hoping that we'll get a chance to have her on the podcast to talk about her career sometime soon.